Hi folks, so welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. God is good all the time. I'm telling you, the Father always amazes me. Just when you think you've got things figured out, He has to let you know that you don't know a thing. It's always, hindsight's 20/20, right? So you know, looking back upon something, you find it humorous. At the time, you didn't, but you know, you go through bad things in life. It's like the world is out to get you, like Satan has you in his crosshairs. And if you're smart, you throw yourself at the mercy feet of the Father. You pray and you ask for his guidance. Ask for him to take the situation over because it's way beyond your capabilities. I mean, that's always hard for us because we all think we know everything. We think we're in charge of our lives. And, you know, when you do that, it's amazing what he does when he takes over. You know, you might have this idea of, well, I want things to go this way. I want this job, this house, this thing, this relationship, whatever it is. And things aren't working out so well. And you're like, man, it's just everything's falling apart. And then you finally give in because we're stubborn. We're stiff-necked people. We're stubborn and we give in and we say, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I can't deal with this. I need you to take over. I'm gonna drop it at your feet, and I'm going to trust that you're going to handle this to the best of for me and for your will. And then when that happens and he does take care of things, you stand back, you're like, wow, that's way bigger and better and more awesome than I ever thought possible. That's what's amazing with him. So anyways, I thought I'd just throw that out there. Another cool t-shirt. This one is Sanctified Supply Co. This is one of theirs. And see that? I think you should be able to see that. Cool t-shirt. Go check them out. They are super awesome people. They're just really cool people. So I don't know. The world is wild and crazy. Apparently, the president is meeting Vladimir Putin in Russia. Actually, it's Anchorage, Alaska, but he keeps saying it's Russia. So I don't know if there's something going on there that they're trying to, you know, well, we'll give you Russia in exchange for peace. I mean, I think it would be better off if he said, we'll give you California if you'll just back down and leave everyone alone. I think most Americans would be okay with that. But anyways, so that's supposed to happen on Friday. We'll see what happens of it. I think, personally, nothing really big will come out of it. I think it's going to be just like before. Well, this is what we want, Russia. And Trump's like, okay, we'll back down for a while and we'll give you some time to figure that out. And we're going to go to Zelensky over in Ukraine. And then we go there and Zelensky's like, ain't no way, we're not doing it. NATO says, no way, we're not doing it. And, you know, things get drug out again and there's more death and destruction, which there already has been. Ukraine has been attacking Russia. Russia mounted one of the largest attacks. And from satellite image and intelligence, it looks like that they are building up a pretty large force to make a new front in this war. So it does not look like that they're in any way kind of backing down, you know, in a peaceful way. So I think that's all. It just keeps building. It's all it is. I keep saying that Iran and Israel is going to go at it again, and it's funny that the report is that the prediction that sometime between August and December, so the rest of this year, it's predicted that Iran and Israel will start up the war again. But Benjamin Netanyahu admitted today, I guess, from what the news is reporting, that all of the weapons-grade uranium that Iran had, they still have all of it. None of that was destroyed. So being that that's been made an announcement, it's probably going to happen sooner than later. Okay. Another war. I don't know that it means anything for us, but that's that. I think the big thing that people are missing is that while all this stuff is going on, and it's definitely taking us down the path to a certain point in global, you know, world order kind of thing, fulfilling prophecies for sure, is that America itself is just rapidly falling apart into a nation that doesn't even have the concept of freedom anymore. And, I've talked in the last couple of videos about the whole DC thing and troops being called up, going into other cities and stuff. It's actually bigger than that. If you just get online and you read comments and stuff, people they've just lost it. And I always fall back to our founding fathers and some of their quotes and stuff, a republic, if you can keep it. Things like that. And we're not keeping it. I'm finding, it seems, a smaller and smaller amount of people really understand what that means and what it means to keep it, and what that would represent and look like. And so I think, regardless of who's in power, regardless of its extreme left-wing socialism, communism, really bad stuff, or even if it's just a milder right-wing type of leadership, none of it is going to be free. None of it's a republic. None of it is what we once were. In other words, the America that once existed is dead. And as much as there's many of you that would love to see it come back, I don't think that there's enough people out there in this country that actually wants that. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just a pessimist, but I think that people that think like you and I do are becoming a minority. I'm not saying conservatives are a minority, or gun owners are a minority, or Christians or Bible believers or anything like that. But I'm talking people like you and I that fully understand what a republic is, what small limited government is, what true freedom is, what liberty actually means, and the dangers of it, how it's good, but it's also dangerous. I think that there's not very many people out there that fully understand that anymore. I don't think the younger generation get it. And I think that there's just a lot of people that's just bought in that, things are so bad, Obama and Biden and Hillary and all those things. We just need a big, powerful government. By golly, let's just go round everyone up and throw them in internment camps. The liberals want to do it to us, so then let's do it to them. That's not how things are supposed to work. I think everyone's kind of forgotten that. And so this idea that even if all of these plans, the 5D chess stuff, even if that all works out the way certain people believe it will work out, it's still not going to end up making us a, once again, truly free republic. It's just not. And I think we need to just come to grips with that and accept that, move on, and prepare for it. I think that's why we should throw ourselves into preparedness. And because the government that we have, it's becoming bigger and more intrusive, so we have to prepare for that. But it's also cutting back in areas that actually benefit, as much as you don't like it, but areas that actually benefit us. And I'm speaking of, federal agencies and state agencies that respond to disasters and stuff like that. All that stuff's being cut. I said that the other day. I was in a meeting just recently, and they were talking about how there's a lot of big cuts on the horizon. A lot of programs for dealing with emergencies and disasters in this country. And so the worry is that if something ever really big happened, like, say, a huge earthquake in California, or a big one in the New Madrid and the Missouri line, or, something like that, that there's just no longer going to be the resources, the manpower, and all that kind of stuff to handle it. I mean, it'll probably be turned over to AI and robots and drones, and, you'll get, your RFID, whatever chip, your brain chip, your digital currency money, and everything else. And a lot of people are going to accept that. You and I are not. And this stuff is becoming a very real reality. We need to be prepared for it. Stop messing around and thinking, well, it's getting better because we got a different guy in office. Well, we got the Obama clone out of office, and so everything's better. It's not, folks. Some things have the appearance of being better. But that's part of that false peace stuff. So don't buy into this lie and this delusion. The country is still going down a very dangerous path, maybe even worse in some ways than it was before, or at least it's going down that path faster now. And you need to get prepared. Wake up, get stocked and prepped and trained and in the right place, living in the right place, and building relationships with the right people. Because I think this country is headed for some pretty hard, dark days. I don't know. That's all I got. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope that I am, but I don't think so. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.